We are back. Same day. We were very productive today, I think.
Yes, we're very intrigued by this case.
Yeah.
And even though we're breaking up our chores and Christmas preparations with this case.
Yes. The first case was really good. I am curious about this captive turnabout. I kind of felt like we just had a captive in the first case. Who ended up being the big bad or a bad. And now, time to see what this next case is all about. So, let's begin. Episode 2. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god!
Kill in the jail? I think Shelly did. He's killed Brooke.
Dog. Dog has blood on its mouth.
Did it bite the killer, maybe?
You think the killer is the killer.
I do.
Alright, visitor's room. Oh my god, that guard! Now we see him in a different form. Still no sign of them, huh? Yeah, how long did they intend to keep us waiting? Now, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure the guard will bring him in any second now. The killing of Bastion Rook. It's been 2 days since the incident at the park, and today, we're paying a visit to the detention center. Our aim, of course, is to interview Bronco Knight, who has been charged with the murder. His trial is due to start tomorrow, and I'm to be the prosecutor behind the bench. Not anymore. What if this game is every time somebody murders somebody, they get murdered in the next case, and we can never get into court because we just...
Regardless of the appeal, some of the killers kind of trash takes himself out.
That's true.
We don't know that Shelly did this, but we think that there might be somebody else.
My guess is he didn't, and it might be different with him. We've got a situation. It's Knight. He's been killed. What? Killed in the detention center? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Right, guard, take us to the scene of the crime at once. Yes, sir. So it didn't happen in the holding cells, but surely that was where he was being held. What's the holdup? The crime scene's this way. Where are you taking us? Doesn't this door lead to the prison proper? Yes. You mean those other cells aren't part of the prison? Not exactly, no. Those are the detention center's holding cells. That's where defendants are kept while they're awaiting trial. The area beyond this door serves a rather different purpose. Yeah, it's where the people who are convicted serve out their time. I suppose you could say it's the last place a great thief should ever want to be. I don't know, I guess that's what I'm curious about too. I'm guessing we're gonna find out, but... That's Knight, alright. But he's dead. How could this have happened? And how did he wind up inside the prison proper? And she agrees with you. Yeah, this looks, terrible. And what's What's he doing here? I thought he was being held in the detention center, no? He was. He must have been. His trial hadn't even begun yet. The law states that until convicted, suspects are to be kept in cells separate from the main prison. Only those who have been found guilty are sent to the prison proper. There's no way Knight should have been in here. Maybe he wandered his way over.
He should be summoned, right?
Yeah, because he should be in a holding cell. The detention center and the prison are separated not only by two heavy doors, but also a lengthy corridor. There would have been a long way to wander, especially for a detainee. I suppose we'd better take a closer look at Knight's body. We need to examine the scene of the crime carefully if we want to get to the bottom of this. Gee, the second case ain't,
Starting out too good?
yeah, didn't take long, did it? And look, there's like a checkers board there.
Is there a checkerboard, or is that like a bullshit?
Is that? Oh, I see one of those in your office, Mr. Edgeworth. Yep. I'm sure you have, Detective. It's a pocket chess set. The victims, I'd imagine. Makes sense. He loved chess after all. Yeah, it would have been a good way to pass the time. Oh, his neck brace is soaked with the blood from the hole in his neck. I would assume that's the cause of death, and that it was probably instantaneous. He wouldn't have even had the chance to cry out for help. There's a small cut on his scalp, too. Was he struck with something? Maybe he fell and hit his head after he was stabbed in the throat? It's possible, but it's too early to say with any certainty. Okay, you have your camera with you, correct? Could you lend it to the detective so that he can photograph the body? Sure thing. All yours, Gummy. Thanks. Alright, here we go. His clothes sure are a mess, though, huh? Indeed, they appear to have been covered in dirt. Guess he's like me when it comes to laundry. It would be a grave error to think that anybody else could be quite like you, Detective. Alright, what's with this glove? My rubber glove. Yep, just the one, though. I should examine it in more detail. There's mud all over it. Maybe the prisoners were making mud pies. Wish I could join them. I love making mud pies. Not anywhere near my crime scene, you're not. The fingers are covered in blood on this side. I think we can safely assume that this glove was dropped sometime after Knight's blood had been spilled. We can? How come? Because had it been on the floor when the pool of blood was forming, then the blood would have flowed around it, but not underneath it. Oh, meaning there'd only be a band of blood around the edges of the finger, but not all over the backside. Assuming the glove was discarded after the blood had pooled over around the body, maybe our murderer ditched it after they did the deed. It's certainly a possibility. At the very least, whoever it was that dropped it must have seen the body. You there. Yes, sir? Have you seen that glove before? Yes, sir. The prisoners wear them for work. It's strange, though. Prisoners issued with those gloves are under strict orders to keep them in their cells. They aren't allowed to take them out without permission, and we always check. I suppose that would explain why there aren't any other gloves in the workshop.
Oh, this is a workshop, not a torture place.
Yeah. It's got the hay in it, and...
I replayed mine.
Yeah, what you said before. The body is partially covered by a dirt-stained tarp, and there's a rope on top of it. Was Knight tied up with the rope somehow? We should take a look under the sheet as well. Ah! Look at all that red stuff. Yes, I'd say that's blood. We should keep looking around. There's bound to be more secrets to uncover, I'm sure of it. I think that might be it for his body. Let's see.
Oh, we should take it.
Yeah. What's with all the weird equipment? I'm not sure, but I don't see anything particularly suspicious here. It smells weird, though. Kind of musky. Like wet fur. I didn't know you had such a keen nose.
There grew dogs here, maybe? That's what we heard for the head?
Huh. Yeah. I'm going to seal all my valuables away in airtight containers. No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I'd never steal any of your stuff. But you would happily steal someone else's. I'm not sure that's entirely reassuring. It's time to inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Indeed, this area is too big to take in all at once. Fortunately, I can use the right analog stick to look further up or down. Looks like a pulley of some kind. Maybe the prisoners used it for work. I suppose so, yes. Okay, so I know you're going to say no, but absolutely not, Kay. You were not permitted to swing on that rope. Arg! Oh, she's so cute! She's getting in the way. How dare you? I should have known you were being serious. We're having something like this in a prison, huh? A cage inside a cage? Technically, Kay, a prison isn't made up of cages, but cells. What's the difference? No offense, Mr. Edgeworth, but you've got to look at the basic nature of things more. Yes, and the basic nature of an investigation is the pursuit of accurate facts and information. There was a rope near Knight's body, too. Speaking of which, want to see my super stealthy rope escape trick? Thanks, but I'll tell you when I'm in need of saving. Tisk. She seems genuinely disappointed. These tarps are rather colorful. So they kind of stand out in a room like this, don't they? They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison. Look, there's a whip on top of them. You know who that reminds me of, right? Yep, Princess Whippy. Maybe it's actually hers? Maybe she left it here? Not a chance. She and her whip are... Get out of the way, kitty. Attached at the wrist. Trust me. This part of the floor is covered with dirt. You know what that means, sir? Footprints. Too many footprints, unfortunately. We need a specialist to identify them. Guess we gotta wait till forensics gets here. Yes, and in the meantime, if you could refrain from treading all over it. Wouldn't want to slip up and get the old jacket dirty, huh? Good point, Mr. Edgeworth. My concern was for the footprints, not your jacket, detective. It's a sink. Doesn't seem to contain any useful clues. Nope, no whiff of treasure either. You do know we're not actually looking for treasure, right? Whoops. It's the same thing as before. Ah, it still says there's something that needs to be investigated. I thought that was the first thing I did. Could be wrong, though. Oh, that's interesting. There's something on his finger. Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a ring, and then an expensive-looking one at that. Don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. Oh, we're not going to add it into the clues? Okay, now we're done with that. Nothing. Bloody tarp. Pile of tarps. I mean, maybe that's it? These tarps have a pretty distinctive design. In fact, it's the same design as the bloody tarp around Mr. Knight's body. Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. Hee hee, that'll teach you to be so careless, Mr. Edgeworth. You need to keep your treasures close when there's a great thief around. I thought you were on sabbatical. Not a bad bit of evidence gathering. Nothing can stop us when we're on the hunt together. Right, Gummy? You betcha, we're unstoppable. A regular Three Musketeers. Let's not get carried away, Detective. There's one thing we still haven't found. The murder weapon. What's missing from this crime scene? I see no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. You're right, I didn't even think of that. Come now, Detective. Those are basic investigative principles we're talking about here. Yeah, I guess. Sorry, sir. Don't worry, Gummy. It hadn't crossed my mind either. A fact that hardly puts my mind at ease, Kay. Items that could prove even potentially lethal are strictly controlled within the prison. After all, we wouldn't want the inmates getting their hands on them, would we? Which means acquiring a murder weapon would be hard enough, let alone leaving the scene with one. Oh yeah, nice thinking, Mr. Edgeworth. What was the murder weapon? Where has it gone? The answers to these questions may be the keys to figuring out what happened here. Huh? Didn't know the guy had a whole entourage. Excuse-moi, but this is the scene of the crime, right? So this guy was on the front of the box in, for the original game, so I'm thinking he might be a bigger character. Wait a second, are you? Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. Mr. Fender. It has been far too long. I know, right? But even after all this time, I'd know that deep bow anywhere. And that neck were obs. Manfred von Karma, the man, the legend. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see you here.
So another air quoter.
Another air quoter, and he thinks he's Manfred von Karma, or is he pulling his leg? What are you talking about, pal? This is Mr. Edgeworth, not that old geezer. Detective, please. Edgeworth, wow, guess that explains the fresh face. I can't blame the guy for mixing you two up, though. You're the spitting image of the old devil in his day. See, you haven't changed. How many years has it been? Man, good question. But who's counting, eh? Been away traveling so long I lost track. You know how it is. But you know what I do remember? You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for. Whoa, where did that come from? And who are you, anyway? This is Eddie Fender. He's a defense attorney. Enchanté, as they say. Fender's the name, and defending's the game. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Oh. Defense attorney?
Yeah, why is he independent? Unless he was going to be the deceiver. Maybe that's it. That's my guess.
Detective Dick Gumshoe. And I'm Kay Faraday, Great Thief. I'm on sabbatical at the moment, though. Great Thief. Wow, that's so romantic. Chest cheek, if you will. Right? It's nice to finally meet someone who gets it. I'm looking to expand the franchise, actually. I even made signing up super simple. Sounds awesome. I'd love to come hang with you guys if you'll have me. Sorry, I should have also mentioned that it's girls only, and they have to be super fun and super cool, and... Hey, I totally get it. No hard feelings, yeah? Come on, bring it in. Is he asking for a hug? You've got to be kidding. My bad. I'm just so used to how they do things elsewhere, you know? And why are you here, Mr. Fender? Whoops, also forgot this is your scene. Keeping the defense out of strategy number 1 in the Von Karma playbook after all, isn't it? Hey, quit it with all the Von Karma stuff, pal. What gives? Detective, calm yourself. His attitude is unfortunately understandable. It is? I take it you are Mr. Knight's attorney? Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Well, I was supposed to be anyway. Said he was planning to represent Knight if his client hadn't been murdered. He and I would have faced off against each other in court. I'd better see what he has to say for himself. So the victim asks you to represent him. Sure did. We were supposed to have a little chat today. As was I. The guard showed up instead and told us that his body had been found. I'm as bummed about it as you. Even brought him some weenies to cheer him up. Oh no! Mr. Fender, you know you can't bring food into the prison. Oh yeah. Well, it's here now. Want some? Little vice I picked up on my travels. So Moorish. No, thank you. Fine, you do you. What are you doing here anyhow? Don't tell me you wanted to hear Knight's side. Von Karma was always more of a convicted defendant at all costs guy. He didn't teach you that? That was a long time ago. If you say so. Sure you don't want any weenies? No, thank you. Have you met with your client previously? Yes, indeed, Your Honor. Just yesterday, in fact. The Bronxer called me the minute he was arrested. Sounded really freaked out, man. Oh yeah, mentioned your little performance, too. According to him, you really made a nuisance of yourself. And not a kind word was spoken, I'm sure. Well, sticks and stones and all that. Boy, did he not like you. Trash-talked you something fierce. Heh. Can't say I didn't join in on the fun, though. Fun? How dare you, Mr. Fender? Lighten up, kid. I'm kind of a fixture in the visitor's room here. I don't think I ever had that much of a gas. Oh, so you come here a lot. Hey, don't go getting the wrong idea, little sis. I'm never on the wrong side of the bars. I just happen to know someone who is. The visitor's room is usually where I'm at. But this isn't exactly my first time in the clink either. In which case, I'd better ask him what he knows about this room. Tell me, what do you know about the scene of the crime? Huh? Oh, this room? None, dude. What do you know about it? I'll give you 3 choices.
It's not a morgue. I don't know if it's a classroom. Or it's a workshop. Maybe it's a classroom because they learn how to do tasks in the workshop. Or my recreation is something like concepts.
Yeah, to me, it's none of these, but I'll just say classroom. Is it a classroom? What, like they tied the Bronxter up in here to teach him a lesson? Check out those powers of deduction, a pat on the head for our genius prosecutor. Now, let's see what the answer key has to say, shall we? Oh no, you got it wrong. It's actually a workshop. He didn't give me that as a...
Maybe the point was to make us fail.
So all the options you gave me were wrong. How infantile. Okay, that explains why none of them fit.
Classroom was a fair assessment. So you could learn how to do a skill?
The cons come here to perform various duties. They can learn new skills too, beg some qualifications for when they're back on the street. I see, and how is access to this room controlled? Who has the key? Chill out, Edgeworth. I don't have all the answers. My man over there probably does, though. Right, compadre? Yes, sir. The workshops aren't locked with physical keys. Their doors are fitted with sensors instead. What kind of sensors? Inmates are issued with special bracelets, sir. When they walk through a workshop door, the sensor checks their bracelet. And if they're not supposed to be there, ding-a-ling-a-ling, an alarm sounds. If they let it ring for too long, then psst, they get a real shock, if you know what I mean. And if they try to break or remove the bracelet, psst, a shock 3 times worse than that. What? That's brutal. I guess they need to ensure that the inmates follow the rules, but that sounds a bit excessive. If they wish to pass through a door like this one, prisoners need to be accompanied by a guard. We disable the sensor for them and let them in. You get all that? Have any prisoners used this workshop today? No, sir. No one's been in here for days. I'd know if they had. So no prisoners have entered, let alone used this workshop today. Which means... There's a contradiction in this crime scene. Namely, there's something here that shouldn't be. Let's take another quick look over the crime scene and employ my powers of deduction to solve this mystery. There's something here that shouldn't be. Let's see.
It should be him, his body. He's looking at the bracelet to go in and out. Right?
Interesting. Fitted to each workshop's door, the detective reacted to the prisoner's bracelets by raising the alarm. And the bracelet's supposed to be where?
On him. But he shouldn't be in there because he doesn't have a bracelet. Because he should have been able to get through the door.
Basically, but he's not a prisoner. He shouldn't even, I mean, definitely him being here is a contradiction, but...
Oh, they took the bracelet off. I'll show you. Go back to him. It's got buttons. The bracelet.
Eureka!
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, you need to calm down, girl. Let's see. Prison issued equipment for working inmates. Fitted to each workshop's door, they detect and react to the prisoner's bracelets by raising the alarm. See what he said again? No prisoners entered, let alone used the workshop, which means there's a contradiction in this crime scene.
Eureka!
There we go. The glove. The glove is prison issued. It shouldn't be in there. Prisoners aren't able to come and go from this workshop as they please. The door sensor would detect their bracelets and the alarm would sound. What's more, according to the guard, no prisoners were authorized to be in this room at all today. And yet here we have a rubber glove of the kind issued to inmates. This is a clear contradiction. So where did the glove come from, sir? I don't know, detective. Not yet, anyway. All I know for now is the glove is a valuable piece of evidence. You, apart from prisoners and guards, who else has access to this room? No one, sir. This is a prison, after all. Prisoners and guards are pretty much all there is. Mr. Fender? Come on, don't play with us like that, friend. We both know that's not true. You know as well as I do that prisoners and guards aren't the only ones who can come in here. Huh? Oh, do you mean... But sir, they're... Mr. Fender, would you care to get to the point? Who exactly are you talking about? What? You don't have a pair of peepers in that hard head of yours? You didn't see them on the way in? Wandering about in the corridors, chilling with their buds. I bet if you moseyed on out of that door right now, you'd trip over one of them before you take a step. Listen, pal, we've had just about enough of your baloney. I think it means the dogs. Take a chill pill, big guy. I'm on your side. You know, for such a wide fella, you have a very narrow mind. What did you... Detective? Sorry, sir. Look, just follow me, okay? Seeing is believing. Isn't that what they say? This is no
Therapy pets?
Yeah, it's a lot. This is no ordinary slammer. Inside, the humans share their space with some special friends. Okay, the dog's actually not there. Everything but a dog. Animals? Yep, furred and feathered fellas of all shapes and sizes. Guard filled me in on how it all came about. Seemed they decided to try a little experiment in animal therapy a few years back. The cons are assigned a critter each, a buddy to help keep their spirits up. Really? Wow, that sounds like so much fun. Plus, inmates can even earn pet care qualifications if they go through some job training with the animal. Oh, that must be what all the equipment in the workshop is for. You got it. Room set up specially for that training stuff. So, when you said somebody else could have been at the scene of the crime, exactamundo, big guy. I was talking about these guys. That just means you're still talking baloney. What would an animal do with a rubber glove? Good question. All I'm saying is that it was possible. The rest is Mr. Prosecutor's problem. You know, that's actually a good question and statement by Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, if you want me to arrest this piece of baloney, just say the word. Piece of baloney, huh? Let me get this straight. Are you saying these animals can wander freely around the prison? You know those sensors on the doors? They detect the prisoner's bracelets and sound the alarm when somebody goes walkabout. Well, for our furry friends, it's the other way around. They're fitted with microchips that open doors right up. They are? Uh-huh. They're implanted just under the skin around the shoulders. Big needle, quick jab, and voila! What? Doesn't it hurt? Nope, they don't feel a thing. That's what they tell me anyway. Now, where was I? Ah, right. So the point is, they're not the baddies here. So there's no reason to punish them. It's ironic, really. Here in this institution where the humans are caged, the animals are free to roam to their heart's content. They're not completely free, though. They can't leave the prison proper, for one thing. No sensor on that big mother of a door out, you see. Ah. What's that tinkling sound? Now, we saw that. The green bell. Just look at that thing. And is that a bell around its neck? That explains the sound, I suppose. Apparently. Mr. Edgeworth, were you seriously trying to stare it down? I guess they were having a stare down. I refuse to lose to a dog.
They say with a dog, even if you just stare at it, if it looks away, then it's like giving you the dominance.
It's giving me, basically it's saying I'm dominant if it looks away.
You shouldn't like retreat. I don't know. I've heard that before. I don't want to give out bad advice.
I want to pet the cat. Man, ignored by a dog. That certainly was very different to the other animals, that dog. And it seemed to have a real thing against me. Only me. Alrighty then. You met the menagerie. What's next? Guess you better interview some witnesses, right, sir? Indeed. We need more information regarding what was happening around the time the body was found. Then let's start with that guy. Hey, you there in the cell! Oh, that's a little creepy.
I just want to clarify in case someone was listening to me talking and slipped online. It says you should never stare down strange dogs. So I don't know.
Ah! Okay, well then, don't have a stare down with a dog until proven otherwise. I don't like this guy's face. You know what the shadow under the hood reminds me of? The red-hooded caricature that you could see. Not a caricature, but basically that creepy picture. The last case. Ignored again. Hello, we were wondering if you might be able to help tell us anything about this morning's incident. Is anyone else a little afraid of this guy? Heh, not a big talker, huh? That's alright, man, I'm on your side here. Let's start with a handshake, huh? Maybe a hug to break the ice? Seconds out. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I get it, man. Not everyone's the hugging type. I'm cool with that. I don't know. Round 1, 10 reps each. What is this man up to? I better see what he has to say for himself. Your name? From the blue corner, it's Rocco D259 Carcurado. Don't mind if I keep moving, do you, boss? Fighter can't let his heart rate drop. Carcerado. You already in here so I can look at your name full again? Rocco Carcerado. Rocco Carcerado. Rocco D259 Carcerado. Gotta make weight before a fight, boss. Won't even make it into the ring if you don't. So you're... Wait, I get it. You gotta be a boxer, right? Was back in the day, but it's good to stay fighting fit. Leastways, that's how I see it. So is the bear part of your training too? So that's a bear. Hee hee. Looks kind of like an apron. It's so cute. Ain't nothing cute about Teddy. Kid's my partner, see? This here polar bear keeps me on my toes. You seem to have loosened up a little. Now's my chance. Where were you and Teddy at the time of the incident? Come on, boss. I ain't no stoolie, and I don't know nothing no how. I'll be the judge of that. Please answer the question. You punch drunk or something, boss? I told you, I don't know zip. Are we gonna have to play chess? Alright, he won't play ball. Guess there's only one thing to do, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed, the more he protests his ignorance, the more certain I am that he's hiding something. Alright, let's see exactly what you do and don't know, shall we, Mr. Carcerado? Time to play chess against the boxer. Now, let us analyze the state of play. It's a polar bear. Yeah, they said it was a polar bear. He adopts a boxing stance when he's on high alert. My guess is that things won't go well if I push too hard at such moments. Okay, so don't push too hard when he's boxing. My opponent is on the offensive, I should remain calm and bide my time. He's bound to reveal an opening eventually, which is when I'll pounce. First, let's see if our friend here knows anything about the incident. I'll start by asking about his movements, and bring this fight to an end before he knows what hit him. Why don't you start by telling me what you've done today? You will answer me, Mr. Carcerado. What? You want a shot at the champ? Is that it? Then put him up, pal. Throwing in the towel already? That's gotta be a record. Fisticuffs is hardly my style, but I'm more than happy to take you on in a game of chess. Incidentally, don't you get tired ducking and diving like that all the time? You think I don't got the stamina, kid? Oh, just you try me. I ain't tired, not today, not ever. Especially not today. Took it real easy this morning. Had me some quiet cell time, hardly broke a sweat. Really? You look pretty sweaty to me. Give me a break, will ya? I'm done talking, okay? I'm tired. Yeah, real tired. Didn't you just say you not? You just said, I ain't tired, not today, not ever. Now you're real tired? Thought you took it easy. You may have kept your boxing skills sharp, Mr. Carcerado, but I'm afraid your lying needs quite a bit of work. Tired? Really? I hardly think that's possible. Especially not after you just told me about your quiet cell time this morning. Oof, you gotta be careful here, Teddy. When this guy lands, he lands. He's hiding something, I'm sure of it. I should try asking him about what was happening at the time of the incident, both in and outside his cell. I won't need to use my fists in this next round. No, I'll deliver this knockout using carefully chosen words alone. Did you notice anything strange around the time of the incident? What do you mean, strange? Hey, get the heck out of the ring if you're not gonna fight. Whoops. Shouldn't have bited. Yeah. Do you remember what you were doing at the time of the incident? I was catching some Z's. We both was. The incident happened only a short while ago. You seem wide awake, all things considered. Fighter's got to be able to get up quick when he's down, but he needs his beauty sleep too, builds muscle. Is that so? Then I apologize for waking you. I have read that rest is an important part of any boxer's training regimen. Yeah, don't say. So Mr. Prosecutor's savvy when it comes to the fight game, huh? Who knew? How do you know my profession? Interesting. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I don't remember telling you. You've been eavesdropping, haven't you? You've been listening to every word we set out here in the corridor, which means you weren't asleep and that you were lying again. You're good, kid. Call me clean with that one. Alright, I admit it. I wasn't catching no Z's. Well, what? A guy can't work out in the cell no more without lawyers getting involved? Or is a man taking care of himself a crime now? The fact that we now know he was awake is an important development. It could well prove to be a useful clue. Did you notice anything strange around the time of the incident? What do you mean strange? Haven't you noticed yet? You're back into a corner here. Get a load of this guy, Teddy. Thinks he got the champ on the back foot. Guess I better knock some sense into him. Curious, I should have picked my words more wisely. Answer the question. Tell me what was going on around the time. Wish I could help you, boss. But I was asleep. We both was. Time to deploy my clue. Enough of your bare-faced lies. You weren't asleep. You were exercising. You told me as much yourself. Oof. Counterpunch, huh? Should have seen that one coming. It seems I have you on the ropes, Mr. Carcerado. It's time to come clean about what you know. Alright, you don't gotta shout about it. Stomping around like you own the place. Teddy and his pals have been scared enough this morning already. Ready, you say? You've done well to endure this long, but I fear you'll soon be out for the count. You say the animals have been scared enough already, which implies something happened here earlier. Well, what was it, Mr. Carcerado? Ack! Arr, quit it, will ya? I'm getting shellacked here. Fine. Somebody yelled, okay? Real loud, real scared. Got all the little guys scared, too. Yeah, laugh it up, Mr. Big Shot Lawyer. Let me see you do the same thing in the ring. Checkmate. I think we've now established that you know more than you're letting on. Don't you? Fine, I'll talk. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's not get carried away, Kay. Our work here has only just begun. Hey, can we call a timeout here for a sec, guys? There's something super big I need to say. It's just, well, it's like fate brought us here today after all these years, Edgeworth. And it's a real privilege watching how you work. Eye-opening stuff, in fact. Just thought you should know I'll be telling you know who what you've become. Who know who? Keen to get the lowdown, huh? Well... That's enough. This has nothing to do with Kay. Whoa, don't have a cow, man. Why so sensitive? Report whatever you wish to whomever you wish. Just do it on somebody else's time. Whatever you say, boss man, but I think he should know at least. You know, how you've been living your life since you signed on to doing things the Von Karma way. After all, you've disappointed him enough for one lifetime already, am I right? What's he talking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Nothing that need concern you, Kay. Our focus should be on Mr. Carcerado. Now, shall we continue? It's time to hear the truth at last. Heh, you won't land a glove on me, kid. There was a show finished right around 10 a.m. Came back here after, did me some training. Leastways, I tried to. Barely got to the count of 2 before somebody screams, "What the ah!" Guy was hollering and howling, crying for help. But what can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So I tunes it out and I gets back to work. I find it curious that you would pay so little heed to a desperate cry for help. Like I say, boss, what can I do? Besides, this is the joint. Don't nobody thank nobody for getting involved in what ain't none of their concern. I hear you, brother. Best you can do is rubberneck from in there anyway, am I right? You mentioned training, Mr. Carcerado. I can't help but notice how well equipped your cell is. There's a guy, the fixer they call him. What's a fixer? Fella who can get his hands on just about anything you need for a price. No way. Think you can find me a... Perhaps, Mr. Carcerado, what you ought to ask for is a beginner's guide to giving better testimony. Because I can promise you that you'll be down for the count in one. You putting me down? Try it, you bum. And what am I, chopped liver?
Hold it!
What kind of show was it exactly? Depends on the day. They bring them in from outside, see? Singers, dancers, all kinds. Gives us cons a little something to look forward to. Nice, that sounds like fun. And you went along to see today's show? Sure I did. Can't miss a chance to get a glimpse of the outside world now, can I? Then it was over. Came back here after, give me some training. What did this training involve? Let's see now. Today was stamina and rhythm work, which means jump rope. What? In that tiny cell? How? And what about Teddy? Isn't that dangerous for him? Kid's no dummy. Second I get my rope out, he jumps up and holds on tight. Jumper with a polar bear clicking to your chest. I told you, didn't I? We're partners. And besides, a little extra weight's good for me. Anyway, I started jumping rope.
Hold it!
Tell us more about the scream you heard. It was the scream of a guy about to scream his last. And I should know. Whoa there, good buddy. There's a time and a place, you know. So it was clearly audible. Guy backed into a corner fighting for his life. You ever hear something like that, boss? Well, I have. And yeah, it was clearly audible.
Hold it!
And that's all you heard. There was nothing else. Nope, nothing much anyhow. So there was something. What else did the victim say? You have to tell me. Oh, I do, huh? Why don't you come on over here and I'll see if I can make you squeal like he did. Whoa, 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 whoa! Forgive the kid here, he doesn't know when to quit. Come on, Miles, apologize to the good man. But this is clearly important, and yet he insists on remaining infuriatingly vague. Look, friend, how about you let this slide? Please, for me. So yeah, I heard the voice, like I said.
Hold it!
You were able to concentrate on your training even after hearing all that screaming. Look, if we was on the outside, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I'd have seen what I could do. But this ain't the outside. I can't get no place, even if I want to. And you didn't think to slip out from your cell to go sneak a peek? I don't think anybody else would have thought of doing that except UK. If only this wasn't a prison, Mr. Knight might have lived. I somehow doubt it. Frankly speaking, there was no saving him. What? But if somebody could have just got him in time... Mr. Carcerado is clearly lying, but I don't understand his why. Let's see what I can uncover by pointing out the contradiction in his testimony. So let me see. I don't know if I'm actually contradicting that statement, but let me... Oh yeah, if he's stabbed in the throat, how is he hollering? Wouldn't you not be hollering?
Because they thought he died instantly, right?
Yeah, killed instantly.
Objection!
Are you listening carefully, Mr. Carcerado? Huh? You trying to be cute or something? The The victim died from a wound to the throat, and very quickly at that. He had neither the time nor the ability to scream as you claim he did.
Neither looks like this.
Really?
Yeah, that's the same place.
Okay. But there must have been a scream. He said there was. He said there was. Quit looking so smug, will ya? See, right now he looks like he's hanging on. But I mean, I didn't hear nothing, alright? But the guy in the next cell did. He told me so. The next cell? You mean... Huh. What do you want? I heard a scream. What of it? We came back from the show, and they put us in our cells, same as always. Then, just like I told this guy, I heard it, a scream, a really scary one. Scary how, exactly? Didn't tell him that part, I guess, but it was kind of like, eek! Someone, anyone, come quickly, he's... something like that. Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been the person who found his body. Ah, that explains it. Mr. Custardwater was telling the truth, more or less. Is that really the case, though? Are there really no problems now with his testimony? Yeah, this problem. I'm afraid a new problem has reared its head, namely, why didn't you hear the scream yourself, Mr. Carcerado? Yeah, what gives, pal? How come you didn't hear anything when your neighbor heard it clear as day? Arrgh. Eek! What do you think I did, the crime or something, huh? From inside of this here cell? Guy died over in the workshop, in case you forgot. Well, yeah, it does seem a little weird now that you mention it. He's right, neither of us could have done it. Because let me tell ya, if I could get out of this cage and murder someone, you'd all be toast. Eek! Ain't that the truth? You bums ain't leaving this place in one piece if any of us can help it. I almost forgot that these men are hardened criminals. Well, I won't be doing that again anytime soon.
Give me a polar bear. You don't deserve a polar bear.
Yeah, you all deserve a cute polar bear. And I'm just gonna assume the guy on the left doesn't deserve the parrot. What's my next move here? I won't get much more out of them in this state. Who's there?
What is this?
Order in the court. Who done made you the boss of me, huh? Can't you see we're kind of busy here? Hush now. Silence is golden. It is? Your hand, if you please. By the power vested in me, I hereby sentence you to blissful silence. Praise be. Seriously? A simple life awaits you. No money, no possessions. May the goddess of justice watch over you now and always. Guard, if you would. Looks like you'll be spending the night in solitary, buddy. What? Come on, please, boss, any place but there. There's no need to be afraid, my child. If anything, you should rejoice. This is a blessing, a chance to redeem yourself, to be reborn. No! Oh, no, remember, they're free to move wherever.
Maybe he's following him.
O goddess of justice, bless your child and keep him in your care. O Holy One, we give thanks in your name. And you are? Another judge, apparently. Verity Gavel. Verity Gavel. At your service. It is my honor to bear the title of judge and to work at the pleasure of the law. What is a judge doing in a place like this? Since you ask, Mr. Edgeworth, I have been sent here to find you. I come bearing a message from the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence, and it is my sacred duty to deliver it. The Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence? What the heck is that? It is first and foremost a name that should not be taken in vain, my child. For it is a sacred phrase from the goddess of justice herself. Why don't I fill you in, kiddo? The committee is a panel of 11 people whose job is to keep our beloved prosecutors honest. In other words, they make sure people like Edgeworth here don't cross the professional line. The panel is comprised of people from both the legal and political professions. A panel of which you are a member, I presume? I am. Allow me to thank you on the committee's behalf for your service. Thanks for coming to see us like this. Speaking for myself, it's a real honor to meet you. It's always great to hang with a judicial compadre. Come, bring it in and chillax. We're all friends here. Need I remind you that the committee has a long-standing relationship with the Bar Association? Hey, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just trying to lighten the mood, okay? So your job is to find bad prosecutors and punish them. Precisely, my child. Praise be to the Goddess of Justice for bestowing her gift of insight unto you. The committee has the power to remove problematic prosecutors from cases. And should a prosecutor truly unworthy of the title be brought to our attention, we are vested with the power to confiscate that prosecutor's badge. And what does the Committee for Prosecutory, whatever you said, want with Edgeworth? We're in the middle of an investigation here. Pitiful, you really don't know, do you? What an ignoramus. Viennese Waltz. Who are you, bro? And who are you, pal? See? She wants to know. Winner. Eustace Winner. Prosecutor extraordinaire. Though you might know me as just the Winner, a name they call me down at the prosecutor's office. With great affection, I might add. I have never heard of you. And how about Detective Flatfoot over there? Nope. Name means nothing to me. Well, it's to be expected of an ignoramus, I suppose. Ignorance is sweet, as they say, so I'm sure most things mean sweet nothings to you. Ignorance is bliss, Winner, and I don't think sweet nothings means what you think it means. It's entirely natural that you aren't yet acquainted. Eustace only joined us just last month, so he's nothing but a rookie. Not just any rookie, I'm a winning rookie, which he will prove himself to be in due time. Now let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edgeworth. What do you mean? What mess? Fear I know exactly what he means. The committee's sending an envoy with a new prosecutor in tow. I suspect I know what you're getting at, Winner, but I'm going to need a few more details. Would you mind explaining, Judge Gavel? Very well. By the power vested in me by the Goddess of Justice, I hereby declare that, in the matter of the incident at the presidential address and the murder of Mr. Bronco Knight, the committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duties and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. Whoa, what? Mr. Edgeworth is off the case just like that? Judge Gavel, I believe I asked for an explanation. No explanation is required. The guilty verdict is in, the goddess has spoken, and her judgment is final. And what exactly have I done to warrant being taken off the case? Come now, Mr. Edgeworth. Claiming ignorance of your crimes will not serve to lessen your guilt. You boarded the presidential plane violating the principle of extraterritoriality, and while there, you performed an unsanctioned investigation and subjected a visiting foreign leader to questioning. You were one wrong move away from causing a major international incident. You vastly overstepped the authority of your office.
She doesn't have a whip, she has a gavel. And I think her last name is Gavel.
Yeah. Gavel, Gavel, Gavel. Yeah. To call an abuse of power would be an understatement. I don't deny that I may have pushed the boundaries where certain rules were concerned, but there is also no denying that certain risks must be taken if one is to arrive at the truth. I refuse to concede that my actions were inappropriate. And what you are saying is that the ends justify the means, that rules can be freely ignored. See, that leads to the dark age of the law, says Mr. Means. That is a very dangerous way of thinking. The law is absolute. It is not bent to be bent to your whims. 17, huh? So, same age as Kay. Forgive me, but not all of us believe as you do. Is that so? How unfortunate. Still, it changes nothing. When a trial ends, the hammer falls. Be you defendant or attorney, even if the verdict seems irrational, nothing more can be done. Nothing, that is, but to give thanks for the goddess of justice's divine grace. Unless you wish to appeal, to do so would be to risk your badge, of course. So they mean to take my badge if I don't play along. Whoa, tough break, Edgeworth. I see you've accepted your fate. Good. Guards, if you would be so kind as to escort him out? No, stop! What are you doing, detective? I'm in charge here now, so you'll do as I say and move out of the way. What? You're not the boss of me. Unluckily for you, Flatfoot, that's exactly what I am. They're holding all the cards here. I don't stand a chance. Detective Gumshoe, do as Mr. Winter says. But sir, Judge... Should I just call her Gavel, then? Make...
Gavel.
Gavel. Let's just call it Gavel. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. The committee's decision is beyond irrational, so yes, I do plan to appeal. You haven't heard the last of this. Duly noted. Until we meet again, then. Let's go, Kay. We're leaving. Right. Oh, and remember, you know who will be getting a full report on all of this. And you remember how that evidence of the security plans also said you know who might be in the audience? I wonder if that's the same person. What should we do?
Do you want to keep playing this, or would you like to watch something else?
See, how long have we been playing for this one? I'm intrigued. Suspect has been arrested. Let's play a little bit more. And then maybe we'll look at some Christmas stuff, maybe?
Okay.
Ugh, I still can't believe what happened yesterday. It was terrible the way those two treated you. All these new people seem to have a dislike for Edgeworth. I'm a little concerned.
You should stick old bag on him. You'd defend him.
Heck yeah. I'm more worried about the committee's reasons for doing what they did. And what they might do next. I suspect it won't be good. It's Mr. Edgeworth, are you listening to me? Yes, of course. So this is it? You're giving up on the Bronco Knight case? No, I have no intention of doing any such thing. To walk away from the case would be to tacitly accept the committee's decision. The only problem is I don't have the authority to continue investigating. Yes, what is it, detective? I've got some bad news, sir. Word down at the precinct is they just arrested somebody for Knight's murder. What? Do you know who it is? No, but I heard they're being held in a detention center. Maybe you could go talk to whoever it is. Good idea. Let's get down there, Mr. Edgeworth.
That'd be really creepy. If it's Shelley the killer and he really didn't do it.
That'd be...
Wouldn't that be a weird...
He's still there, getting in the middle of things. I don't know, he seems to do a good job not getting caught.
Yeah.
Alright, we're on our way. Me too. I'll see you there, sir. But won't you be missed, detective? Nah, everyone's busy in the prison going over the crime scene anyway. Good, then we'll see you shortly. Yes, sir. Come on, Kay, let's go. You've got it. Oh man, is this person gonna be dead too? Still no sign of them, huh? Indeed. Wait, this is just like last time, see? Please don't tempt fate like that. No, I can't. I just can't. Sure you can. I told you. It's just a pair of visitors. Sounds like someone really doesn't want to see us.
Mhm.
No, 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 no. Just talk with them, please. But one of them's a prosecutor, right? Aren't they all super scary? All they do is stare at you right into your soul. Ah, you must be the suspect in the... Eek! See? I told you.
Is that a man or a woman?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a man. Okay, that
Why
answers
is,
that.
why is this man so flustered? Probably because you're being you, but I guess that's just how you are. Thanks for clearing up absolutely nothing. Hey, Mr. Suspect, you doing okay in there? We just want to have a little chat with you. No biggie, right? Who are you? I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick. It's just a part-time gig I'm doing while I take a break from my real job, though. Funny, I don't recall ever employing you. And that's Mr. Edgeworth. He is a prosecutor, but he's not going to stare a hole into your soul or anything. Oh, please. Really? Really, really? Really? Eek! Anyway, can you first please tell us your name? It's Saint. Simeon Saint. Or is it Simon Saint?
Or Simeon?
Simeon Saint? Simeon Saint. I don't know. Nice to meet you, Simeon. Or Simone? Simone Saint? You can call me Kay, everyone else does. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, I would like to ask you a few questions, if I may. Please, Simeon. We're just trying to help, I promise. Let me go on to the Googles and see if there's a normal pronunciation, because I've seen this name before. Okay, that's not gonna work. Did I leave my phone somewhere? Can you go on Google and do Simon pronunciation?
Second time.
Kitty likes your water, does she?
The devout man of Jerusalem. What can I say?
Type in pronunciation. There we go.
Simeon.
Simeon Saint. Okay. Really? Thanks to Kay, sounds like we might finally get some answers at least. Simeon Saint. Perhaps you could start by telling us a little bit about yourself. Who, me? But why would anyone want to know about me? I'm boring. I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. You have a job? Oh, well, it's hardly worth mentioning, really. I'm your average corporate pencil pusher, just like everybody else, honest. This is going to take a while. About you and Mr. Knight. And just when I thought we were making progress... So, Simeon, did you know Mr. Knight? Come on, you can tell me. Bronco? Yeah, I knew him. We were friends. Interesting. I wonder if he knew the Knight had been arrested. And, did you know Mr. Knight had been arrested? Yeah, I even came to visit him. He came to see Knight. I wonder when that would have been. And when was that, Simeon? It was the day before yesterday, around lunchtime. I came as soon as I got the call from the cops. The police called him. Why? How come the police called you? They said Bronco asked them to, that he needed a favor. A favor? Uh-huh. He wanted me to bring him his chess set, the pocket-sized one. So I went by his place, and then I came here. A chess set? A chess set? Is it just me, or is she getting better at stealing my thoughts? You do know everything you think is written on your face, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Hee hee. Yeah, I'm not a mind reader, just an expression reader. Amazing, right? Don't you just love having a sidekick as helpful as me? Huh. And have you read what my next move is going to be? I sure have. There's something you want to show Simeon. Indeed. Let's present it to him and see what he has to say about it. Oh yeah, we can present to him the chess set. So, this chess set. Oh, that's the one I brought for Bronco. Well, that settles that, at least. Pocket chess set data updated in my organizer. So, that chess set he brought... That's interesting, okay.
And Rocco's his friend?
And Bronco's his friend, apparently? We always had to have a chessboard somewhere nearby. I'm not surprised he had it with him when he... Simeon, you and Mr. Knight, you were very close, weren't you? Yeah, we were best friends. At least I thought we were. But I guess I was wrong about that. What do you mean? If I knew him so well, why was it such a shock for me to find out he had killed someone? It's not easy discovering that someone you're close to has committed a terrible crime. It's a very bitter pill to swallow indeed. How could it all end like this? I could never have imagined something so awful. Something's not right here, Mr. Edgeworth. There's just no way Simeon murdered Mr. Knight. Yeah, he certainly doesn't seem to have an obvious motive. Then again, he wouldn't have been arrested for no reason either. Wonder what grounds they have for doing so. Why were you arrested, Mr. Saint? I just don't get it. Why won't he talk to me? I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Well, he answered you, Mr. Edgeworth. I guess he's not scared of you anymore. Thank goodness for small miracles. The cops burst into my house this morning out of nowhere. Before I knew it, I was here. These policemen, was there a prosecutor with them? Yeah, some kid named DeWinner or something. The rookie. I thought as much. So did they interrogate you yet? What? You're going to be interrogated by the cops? Well, yeah. I mean, you've been arrested. You're a suspect now. No. Won't the detectives shout at me and threaten me and... Oh! There are always these hulking guys, right? Who get in your face and force you to... Detective Dick Cumshoe reporting for duty. Uh-oh. Eek! See? I told you. You know what's weird, too? Didn't the boxer dude say he heard someone go eek?
Yeah.
Is that him?
But, like, how is he moving freely around the prison?
Yeah, I don't understand. Please don't hurt me. Please don't crush me with those huge arms. No, please. I'm calling the cops. What's up with this guy, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, nothing, detective. You're just being you. I guess it's just how you are. I don't get it, sir. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, Simeon is clearly innocent. So there's gotta be something we can do for him, isn't there? Mr. Saint. Yes? You were Mr. Knight's friend, and 2 days ago you came to visit him. You had nothing at all to do with this murder, is my understanding correct? Yes, I didn't kill anybody. Very well, then I will choose to believe you, and I will do all that I can to assist you. Huh? But why would you help a nobody like me? Let's just say that I may not be doing it solely for your sake. I have something of a personal interest in this case. That's right, it's payback time. We'll show those two whose investigation reigns supreme. Ooh yeah, now we're cooking. Fortunately, I still lack the authority to conduct said investigation. As such, my resources are rather limited, and I'll need to lean heavily on the ones I do have at hand. Which means you, Mr. Saint. Your information will be invaluable going forward. In other words, let's see if we can't help one another out, shall we? Oh, I just thought of something. Why don't you just borrow an attorney's badge? Then you could represent our pal here. Now's not the time for jokes, dummy. I mean, Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecutor. He couldn't defend anyone if his life depended on it. But I wasn't kidding. I just thought helping suspects, that's what the defense attorney does, you know? Sure, but we can do that too. The only thing that matters is that we find the real culprit in the end. So come on, let's get to work. Yes, ma'am. I'm sure you know already, but just to be clear, if our investigation ultimately proves you to be the culprit, we'll have no choice but to treat you like any other suspect. Eek. But you needn't worry, I believe you, or at least I have decided to try, for now. Just hold tight and try to believe in us in return. If nothing else, it might help you to feel a little less alone. Now, if you'll excuse me. Alright, and that's a good stopping point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to make it till the next save point. But,
We have the groundwork for the next.
yeah. We went through one save point. We've gone through this. We met the suspect, Simeon Saint. And we're almost treating him like Wright would treat an accused, which is interesting. Alright. Well, until next time.